Oh, why do I always do this? Oh, fuck, man. I legitimately always do this. Whenever I sit down to make another video, this is why I'm so discouraged. I make so many damn mistakes. Oh, I just talked for at least 5 minutes and I wasn't recording. I was recording my audio, my voice, but I wasn't recording the video. Anyway, what's up? I'm Katie. It's been a while since I posted on this channel. And I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I figured since now it's Pride Month, it's kind of perfect timing-wise. And if you wanted to see more of me and you wonder why I don't post as much on here, it's because most of my creative energy goes into Twitch. And if you want to see me stream over there, I play games and make queer jokes and all that stuff, then that's twitch.tv/slamthatpoetry. God bless you if you want to see more of me. I am not holding you to that. But anyway, I figure this is a good time to make this because it's about why a lot of us, by us I mean me and some of my friends that I asked this question of, why we use gay as like an umbrella term. Like instead of saying, oh, I'm bisexual, transgender, and listing off this list of things we are, we just say gay. We use it as an umbrella term. And there's a lot of reasons why we do this, why I do it, why some of my friends that I asked do it. And I just kind of wanted to explain that just because I feel like it's something people don't talk about. And it's something that I've also been challenged by straight people before, where they ask me, why is it called a gay-straight alliance when there's more than just gay people in there? And I'm like, oh, Jesus, why do I have to explain this to you? Anyway, so let's get into this. The first huge reason, and a lot of these are interconnected, so if I'm repeating myself, it's because a lot of the same reasoning goes into why. Like, these may seem like different reasons, but they're really all the same. There's this belief that gay is a safer term. It's safer to be gay because gay's become to a point where it's almost mainstream, where if I tell a cishet person I'm gay, they're probably not going to ask much questions after that. Gay is pretty solidly cut, pretty black and white. I mean, it's not in reality, but that's the perception of it now, is that gay is just it's much easier to understand than having a laundry list of identities reading off the palm of your hand. Another reason why people might avoid using queer or lesbian or more specific identity terms is because a lot of them are, I don't know if you can hear my dog chewing on his toy or not. I'm distracted. Because stuff like lesbian and bisexual, like all of those terms are fetishized and misunderstood, and they have this cishet men especially have this perception of those terms. Like bisexuality, that means you're into threesomes, and lesbians, oh, that means you just need the right guy to turn you, or I want to watch, or whatever. So using gay is a lot easier sometimes because it's just, you're not giving them direct targets into your personal life. You're just saying, I'm gay, end of story. It's easier. Again, it's down to that perception of gay is a little bit more cut and dry nowadays. People perceive that as a little bit more in its own box, because of course everything has to be in a damn box. And tying along with that is using gay simplifies it for the cishet folk. And sometimes even for people within the community, the LGBTQ plus community, people who are cisgender, but they're lesbian or they're gay or they have no experience with trans identity or poly identity or any of that other stuff. Gay serves as a way to simplify your identity for both those people in the community and for cishet people. So you're not standing there giving a lecture about something that's really not your job to give a lecture about. Like, you are not required to explain your identity to anyone and everyone you ever might meet. Because, no, that's not your job. And if people want to know about identity, the internet is literally like millions and millions of pages of knowledge just right there in front of you. So it's easier to say gay. Hey, I'm gay. And then most cishet folk drop it. Thank God. And this is I'm mostly talking about like strangers, like people you're gonna run into, like a teacher or a coworker, someone that you're like, just someone that you don't have like a long-lasting friendship with, that you're not planning on seeing beyond any certain obligations, that you don't want to take your time to explain yourself as a person, because like, why are you gonna do that for every single person you meet? It's exhausting. So I'm not talking about me personally. If it's someone I care about, I'm gonna go into the whole laundry list of things, because then I believe they care enough about me to know the details of my identity. But otherwise, if it's just some cashier or something that I'm passing on my day-to-day life, I'm just gonna say gay. Using gay as an umbrella term makes it easier to relate, not only to cis het folk, because they understand it a little bit more, but also to people within the LGBTQ plus community, because a lot of people in the community don't. I'm not gonna say a lot. There are people in the community who don't have any experience with transness. They don't have any experience with poly identity. They don't have any experience beyond like a black and white gay and lesbian look at the world. So it's just easier to relate to them, and it's just easier to still feel a part of that community, even though we have to find footing in that community every single day. It's just easier sometimes to find footing by finding that common ground with those jokes. And it's also easier online to do that too, because you can mess around with what you call yourself and no one's paying a lot of attention, because it's the internet. And if people are paying a lot of attention, you're probably not even gonna ever meet them. Okay, this is about where I got before I realized that I was not recording. So we're now in new territory. Hallelujah. Anyway, so the last reason I have on here as why someone who has multiple identities might use gay as an umbrella term is because they don't want to be associated with others in a more specific label. So what I mean by this is sometimes there's like tiers of lesbianism. There's like gold star lesbians and that kind of thing. There's just shaming in some micro communities because there's no matter what group of people you're in, an oppressed group is always going to make more oppressed groups within it. It's just that's how it works. Groups will always further group themselves. It's just hard not to. There's always going to be a part of the group that has more power than the other part of the group. So it's like people who don't like to use the label feminism, which, to each their own. You don't want to use the label feminism for some reason related to because they get a bad rap or you don't like the connotation. I mean, that's all well and good. That's up to you. But you're also, it's just, that's the reason why people might not want to say I'm a lesbian or I'm gay or something like that, is they don't want to be associated with other people's perceptions of that identity. Okay, all this to say, sorry, I'm dying, about 10 minutes later, get off queer people's backs, gay people's backs, LGBTQ plus people's backs. I haven't really been bothered about it much, except for by cis het people, and by people I know mostly family, will question why I use the word gay when I'm not gay. So this is kind of just an explanation for cis het people, and it's also just kind of a validation for queer people or people who don't like to use the word queer, just someone who's a member of the LGBTQ plus community who doesn't like to list off their identities and just prefers to use gay as an umbrella term. This is a validation for y'all. Like, you're perfectly valid. If you want to use gay as an umbrella term and you don't want to explain your whole life story to every person you meet, that's completely within your business. And all that applies to queer too. Whatever term you want to use to identify yourself, that is your damn business. And the only time I would say that it's wrong is if you're trying to put that label on someone else. That is the only time it's a problem. Otherwise, you call yourself whatever the fuck you want, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're all some flavor of queer, right? I'm getting a lot more comfortable saying queer, but I know in real life I still revert to gay a lot because it's just, like I said, it's easier. It's a lot easier to say I'm gay than to say I'm queer and then have people be like, you're strange? Wait, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, Anyway, I am, what's the word? Perseverating. Let me know. Not any of the things I said don't apply to the entirety of LGBTQ plus people. It doesn't apply to the entirety of people who use gay as an identifying term. It's just my experience with the term, and also the people I talk to experience with the term. So, and I am no way talking for them. They might have more specific opinions about that. And that's something that you address with it individually. Like, if you're honestly curious about someone and their actual preferences for their identity, then get to know them. Like, that's not something that we share on a first. You don't like. It's the same thing with straight people. Like, you don't walk up to a straight person and say, like, what kind of sexual toys do you have hidden in your drawer? Or what genitals were you born with? Like, it's not something. If you want to really know someone's identity, then you'll know it. If you care about that person, if they care about you, then you'll know it eventually. But if that's the only thing you want to know, then you don't care about them. You care about that idea. You care about knowing someone because they're different. Anyway, so let me know if any of you fellow LGBTQ plus people use gay as an umbrella term down below. I hope there's no slurs down below. There probably are gonna be. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Oh, wow. Alright, anyway. Y'all want to see more of my face? Again, I'm over on Twitch. I'm live at least 3 times a week, if not more. If you want to follow my Twitter, usually I'll post when I'm live. And then that's it for me. Happy Pride, y'all. You be as queer or as gay or as whatever you are as you want, because the cishet folks ain't gonna stop you, and I ain't gonna stop you, and I'm probably cutting this part out because it sucks. Anyway, y'all, I hope you have a really great rest of your day, and peace out, Go Boy Non-Binary Scouts. It's been real.